Hello everyone, my name is SiC. Welcome back to Humankind and the Victor Opendev. So today we are hopefully going to crank out some naval units. It would be kind of cool to start building some and explore the waters around. Probably not before anyone else does it, but who knows. It took me a little while and I think we could have gotten there earlier, but here we are. So we still have some, the Kofon over here that we built before, gives us a lot of food and industry. And then especially this one, 26 food. Actually this one doesn't give us much food, but a lot of industry. But this one, man, 26 food. Now we have another one over here, 26 food. It's crazy. And it's kind of cool to see all of the little shacks on the water as well, so that you really feel like you're inhabiting every part of this world. But yeah, let's end this turn. We are at turn 75. That means we are halfway through the playthrough, because we can play 150 turns, no more. Let's see, remnants of other faiths. The Empire strives for religious purity. Only believers of the one true faith welcome within your borders. Now, with 2 holy sites across your lands, religion has never been stronger. It is time you address the dissidents in your empire who choose not to follow the faith. Well, we don't have a civic point, except next turn we will. A banished population. Wow, unlocks action start Inquisition. That is kind of fucked up. So if we did that, we would move away from authority towards liberty. That's kind of weird. We would have the... Wait, what? Or we are here, and it would move to there? Well, I guess that's what's going on. So the light one is where we are, and then we would move towards authority or something. And then this is where we are here now, and then we would move there. Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. It's just like a different scale. So this would move to homeland, and this would move towards world. But we don't even have to do anything with that, because we have a lot of things that we could still vote on. Land rights, independent peoples, legitimacy, slaves, unbelievers, irreligion, all that kind of stuff. So, let's see, at this point in time, we are building our last city, which is over here. It's kind of isolated, but I think and hope that our culture is still strong. Yep, good. So, everything else has been connected into these big major provinces. So Hattusa over here has, well, you can see the glowing border. It has 3 different territories attached to it. The city of Utica has 2 territories attached to it and is basically cutting off this whole area. And then Carthage is just Carthage. And then this city, whatever its name will just be that city. So. A blooming state, you can vote on 1 new civic. Alright, and trade expeditions are researched. This is what the transport galley. Alright, so we do have 1 civic point now, and we can use it to vote on something. So we could vote on slavery, legitimacy. What style of laws is apparently we don't even have laws yet, but yeah. I don't think this is very useful anymore. I don't know how many new cities we will still be making, how many outposts we will still be attaching. We could absorb cities eventually, but yeah, we don't see many independent peoples either, unless we make them. Land rights could be interesting. Modify create outpost cost by minus 20%, or allow us to claim attach and merge territories with money instead of influence. Again, not really that useful. Slaves could be more useful. +1 industry on commons quarters. We don't have those yet, but in the future we could make them. And irreligion. You will be immune to religious grievances if we take secularism or state atheism, and that could make sure that the others influence us much less. And that would move us all the way to authority, apparently. So, all religious civics are locked and invested civic points are reimbursed. That is also kind of interesting, because we have voted on 2 of these. irreligious society. So basically, it's a bit strange. Irreligious would say like we don't have a religion, but then we have state. Oh, of course, it said atheism, so we don't believe in anything. And or you can say like other people are free to believe what they want. We don't care, and then we are immune to religious grievances as well because we don't care about religion. But yeah. Eliminate the unbelievers. There we go. So we can purge the unbelievers from our cities. That's kind of fucked up, but there we go. Alright, so we have a Geiger. And let's see, embarking or disembarking consumes all of an army's movement points unless done so through a harbor. In that case, army movement is not interrupted. Alright. Now we've got our archer. He's going to start moving over there. The Geiger is going to start moving over here as well. Look at that. Super cool. It's taken us some time to get them. It's kind of cool. They pretty much... Okay, never mind. I was going to say they pretty much followed the road until he veered off the road and stopped doing that, but that's fine. How are we doing on food? 47 food. So we're doing quite well on food now because of the nows that we built. We could do some more for research. Let's see, almost everywhere it would take something away from us, so food or production. I would want to keep the production, but here actually, if we build it here, I don't know why this would be recommended over these places. It's a bit strange. We could also go for stone rings so that we could get some more faith production and just really cement our hold on everything. This looks like a very cool place to make it, or could build it out here in the water with an overview, but here actually might be a really cool spot. You're going to help, and you're going to help, so that it will be done in 5 turns relatively quickly. Alright, now I really want to have a look at the technology screen because I want to see where the lang skip is. I don't know if we... I feel like we have to go... Oh yes. Alright, so we need to do foreign outposts. And then we need to do seafaring mastery. So it's going to take some time actually. Maybe in Hattusa we can... Or we could even buy out of population. We would sacrifice some population just to get this done more quickly. If I remove, this is the city that started it. If I remove this, the other ones are still working, that's good. I just want to make sure that we do well on science, I guess. Food is more than good right now, so we might as well sacrifice some food. Overall, everywhere we go, we would lose about 2 food. It doesn't really matter. Or -1 production. It's a bit weird. No, let's build one there. Why not? Actually, we might even be able to buy out. Yes. And... Ooh, +9, because we're right next to it? I guess so. We're going to buy that out, and then we're going to go back to the stone rings, and that should also speed up the research a little bit. Well, yeah, by 2 turns. So not that great, but pretty good overall, I'd say. Turn is pending. So these guys are kind of just doing their thing, but they are still our vassal. Oh, they are the vassal of the Celts. Interesting. These guys are the vassal of the Norsemen. What is this? Liege of 1 empire. Ah, like that. Okay, I see. They are the liege of the Babylonians.
In the light of your recent moves, that I can trust you.
Alright, he's...
Don't abuse that trust.
They tend to settle everywhere as soon as possible. Interesting. Alright, so the Celts are kind of growing out of proportion here as well. They're settling new territories. So if we stop helping here and we make a military unit, something that would be kind of quick. I like it. And we can spend it, and we will go back to producing the saison. And this one, it won't be able to move this turn, but I want to see if I can take this territory. Or these are independent peoples, but we could take this territory up to the north where we have lead. Pearls even further up north. We have this territory which might get claimed by the, what are they called now? Still the Olmecs. Right. Alright, so these units are moving, and then we have some movement left. So these guys can transfer into that army. We will grow them a little bit. We could expand to go to war here later on. New wonder can be claimed. Interesting. Alright, so we did spend influence on getting cities built up over claiming one of these new cultural wonders, because I did feel that I would have had the time to get these later on. And we're right, so there we go. +1 faith per research technologies, that could be super strong. Towards IG, +20 faith, +40 stability, +20 turns before being converted by others' religion on city or outpost. Could be strong as well. War support, 1 food per faith, +1 faith per research technology. How many technologies did we even research by now? It would be a lot. Actually, yeah, let's go hard on faith. I never really planned on that, but since we are doing so well in it, we might as well double down on it and go for it. Alright, so good thing for us, the Geigers are very fast. Normally speaking, these guys get a movement of 4. This guy has a movement of 6, so he can get quite a bit further every turn. We might be able to cut off the Celts right about there, hopefully. And this guy has arrived. He will transfer into that army. It's a bit of a weird way to do it, but oh well, sure, why not? 2 more turns until this is finished, and I don't know how much religion are we even making, because we have 2 holy sites. 20 followers of your religion here. We have the 2 holy sites. 8 here, 10 there, 0 over here, but this is just starting, I guess. 6 followers here, these guys are converting, so basically everywhere that we can see, our religion holds sway. And it's just kind of growing from there. So that is kind of cool. So yeah, doubling down on that seems like a good move. That guy is going to continue up north, and by the time he gets there, I think we should be able to make an outpost. This guy is moving over here for some reason. We could also claim this territory, but this is all snow. This looks super cool, however. I really like the graphics of this game. Still quite readable, but it's not as cartoony as Civilization 6, for example, which I also didn't mind. It's a nice looking game for me, but one of the Aesthete stars has been knocked to the Babylonians. Not so different about you.
We all have need of our friends at times. That time is now.
Needy. Why? Cannot be done with an empire, which is a vassal. So these guys are kind of enslaved, basically. Oh, some nice science over here. More science over there. Super cool. Just need to find a nice place to claim a territory. 9-6 to 10. This won't be the best city in the world, I guess, but 7-3, 6-2. (9-6) is definitely the place to go. Look at that, man. That looks super cool. Now I'm guessing this is going to stay like that because there's no seasons in the game. This is just the north and it's just colder here. But it looks really cool. We could make another stone ring? No. What are we going to do? +3 money on harbor. Could be good. We have the pentaconter. But this one cannot go into deep water, so that's a bit of a waste of population, I would say. We could go on some. We could go do something else. We could do schools. +1 science per population, so that's already 20 here. That is super, super good. We are going to buy that out. So let's see how many turns. Right now we need 10 turns. Now it's 9. Okay, so it's not as powerful as I imagined, but it's still pretty good. We could just do a bunch of infrastructures because we haven't really done that. We could also go this one. And since we have so much money, we're just going to buy out a bunch of these. Money on the harbor. Why not? Production on forests. We have quite a few. We're not working all of them, but look at that. Nice. And palisades, why not? We haven't had any walls here. I guess. Alright, so it doesn't make the palisades here. So that is something that we need to keep in mind. Now we're running low on money, so now we just need to make something that actually works. So influence, kind of important. We will make a pottery. For some reason, pottery gives us influence, which is fine. One more turn. We will have another city. As for Utica, right, you have this Naust here as well. So, garrison, base of fresh soldiery. A garrison also gives strength to those who fight in its shadow and can be placed far from city walls. Yeah, so we could place this all the way over here, which is kind of cool. Imagine if we put it over here. We'll lose the 4 science, but it will be super hard to reach and they can only take it from this one side. That would be super powerful, I think, but we're not going to do that. I just want to maybe make sure that these guys have some... Well, how are they doing for 27? It's not that bad. Market quarter. We could get 6 money from there. Let's go a bit heavier on the money there then. As for Carthage, we get +7 industry. We'll take it. Make everything else just a little bit faster. And then these guys going to move out. Because these guys, do they still hate us?
Why are you here?
They have a lot of war support. We have a lot of war support. This would be...
Despite your good intentions, to accept so little would tarnish my glorious name.
Forget the demands.
Okay.
I commend your decisions.
So their ideological proximity is actually a tolerance. They don't just trust us. We are not brothers. So here or there we have some things that we have in common. Right, we gained some population in Carthage. Nice. We have a demand. Which again is the same demand we just ignored. Trade routes are blocked between the Maurians and us. Sure. Trade route blocked, sure. Demand received. The Celts make the following demand. Give Arcalis.
It's clear that benevolent is not your style.
Despite your good intentions, to accept so little would tarnish my glorious name.
Alright, we...
Things have changed.
Reviews.
Benevolent.
And we have
My
full
people.
war support to go against the Celts as well. Doesn't mean we have to. Just that we could. And we're going to keep this army up here. Or we could actually even try to go into this territory and claim it as well. Because it's unclaimed at the moment. And it will give us access to a lead. Which we actually also have over here. So it's not that big of a deal. But then this territory, T... saffron, horses, at any rate we can move there, it's not a big problem. What is this?
From my people, and from myself, heartfelt greetings. Let us see if we can build a better world.
Alright, so this is Temulin. He is loyal, committed, but wary. His strength is as a warrior and a protector, so he's pretty defensive. They value garrisons a lot, so yeah, definitely very defensive. As for trade, they have nothing to trade.
Hail, friend. I have a notion which would benefit us both.
Alright, they don't
I'm
want
sorry,
that. They are in
but
distrust.
no deal
Okay.
is better.
Makes sense, I guess. Demand received. The Celts make the following demand. Give Arcalis. Ward if your empire has now reached the Achaemenid Persians. The Celts withdrew their demands. Yeah, so basically these guys have the same demands.
Your proposal is too much of a ball and chain on my ambitions.
We're going to ignore that. And these guys, or this guy now could claim another territory. Well, plus 17, plus 10, that is super nice. We are going to take that away from the Celts before they do it, except, you know, we didn't quite reach it. And now we have Haidabir. I guess this is a Norse name because we now have the new culture of the Norse activated. We can make a Naust here, plus 30 free food, holy shit. For 4 turns of work, we could even buy it out. That is insane. That is really good. Plus 11 science, we'll take it. Can even buy that out. And now their stability is going down a little bit. We could actually... what about this production? Plus 15 production, nice. Take it first of all, and then we can work on stability. What is up? He just really hates our guts. So I'm curious how well a war would go between us. Because these guys, what do they have? They have swordsmen, spearmen, which are anti-cavalry, and they have an archer, but we have multiple people. So we have a bunch of scouts, that is not great. And there's no upgrade available to them, however, but we, yeah. Our army is not that great, comparatively speaking. Definitely need to work on some other units. In that case, did we just move our last remaining guy? No. We moved some other army by clicking this button. New grievance. Ah, they just took it from us.
Welcome. Let us speak honestly with each other.
Alright, you have a different state religion. So finally we meet someone that has a different religion. Original reparation is no longer possible. The Alchemist Persians must now pay you 960 gold. They are aggressive as well. But they're still in the classical era. Do we really? Yeah, we could go to war, but it doesn't really benefit us because we don't even know where they are. So we're going to withdraw those demands. Would have been nice if he had... Alright, he's all the way over here. Yeah.
We'll wait.
Come on, man. They have a lot of runners. We could still take this territory. It's not really that much of a benefit here, I guess. Or this will be part of that territory? Yeah, I guess so. 11 free, 9 7, 10 4. Nothing really jumps out to the computer either in terms of where we should settle. 9-7 is pretty good, I guess. Comparatively speaking to everything else. 8-8. Yeah, 9-7. Why not? We'll take this territory. And we'll have this weird looking terrain, but oh well. As for Hattusa, you finished doing what you were supposed to be doing. Tourney fields, how are you? Oh yeah, you're pretty stable. Modify unit industry cost minus 5%. Yeah. +2 money on market quarter, +1 money on market quarters per adjacent farmer's quarter. We don't actually even have that here, I think. +3 money on main plaza. We're doing pretty good on the money, but of course, you know, more is always good. But House of Scribes, +1 science per researchers. It's pretty good. We'll go for that. Areas that belong to the landscape. Carthage is decreasing in stability at this point. So we will go and get a public fountain, and that will bring us back to stability again. As for Utica, yeah, stability similarly is an issue here. Apparently they already have the public fountain, but we can still go for an aqueduct, and that will help us out with that. Let's see, demands received. No, that won't happen. I acknowledge that they demand it, but no. Olmecs now feel differently about
You
it.
started this blood feud, but I will end it.
They've become aggressive as well. Yeah, but what can they really do? Maybe this would be a good time to actually get some more army units, because I feel increasingly threatened, so to say. So you guys, you will stay there, stationed out in the outpost of this city. And what is this? A blossoming of beliefs. Religious feeling is strong across the empire, but it is not preventing discord from emerging from among the faithful. Great cities are finding themselves under the sway of diverse religious leaders who each see the standard creed with different eyes. New religious orders are emerging every year, and their influence is growing. What should you do with these groups? So, we could dissolve. We are one faith and we should not allow a fracturing of our religion. Fanatical. Plus 25% faith for 25 turns. Moves further towards authority. Influence is tolerant, plus 5 faith for 10 turns on 4 cities, so that's 20 faith extra. Moves us towards world or lead. As world leaders of the faith, it is our duty to strengthen it and keep it pure. Moves the social access towards tradition. No, we will dissolve. We are fanatical. We will keep the faith pure and strong. Alright, let's end this turn. New grievance is available. You are concerned for the people of Nikolai under the unjust rule of the Celts. Demand to give Nikolai.
That land belongs to my people! Yield!
You have hit the rock bottom of my contempt and hatred.
Wow. Alright, so that is this city. Or outpost, actually. It's not even a city, it's an outpost. Or at least the last information we had about it was being a city, but this border seems closed off. Unlike this one, for example. So I'm assuming that by now it has become a city, in fact. Alright, what can we do? Plus 16 research. Yeah, we can go heavy on the research. Why not? These three can reinforce each other a little bit. And then because I keep building this because I like building up my cities and improving them, but I really also need to be defensive a little bit more. And the people of Almas converted to Hittite shamanism. Alright. And Heidebeer. Stability is going down just a little bit. You don't have that. You don't have a river, so just the harbor would benefit. Mountains we have. Stone fields we have, I think, yeah. Rocky fields, sure. Or public fountain for stability for now. It's gonna work on that just a little bit. What do we have here? We still have scouts, so we really need to start upgrading our units here, our armies. Yeah, we'll get that. And we'll get another Geigir, I guess. There we go. Alright, Achaemenid Persians has gained renown as a thief. Yeah, okay. As a thief level 1, 2 and 3 all in one turn. That is kind of crazy, isn't it? Alright, so these guys, they got everything. At this point, the Norsemen have finished this thing, so we can make an artisan's quarter. We'll build that there. We can actually buy it out. This is a builder star. We can get the other one, buy it out because it's very cheap. And we can just leave it like that for now. This is a little bit of field of view here as well, which is kind of nice. And as for you, what can you even build? Ah, that one, buy it out. This one, buy it out. And we could turn it into a city, but we don't have administrators to actually help take care of it. So we could even attach this to Utica, turn this into one big area. And I guess I don't see a reason why not. We could even attach it to Hattusa apparently, because we share a border right there. But no, we'll do it like that. And Utica, we'll attach that one as well for the influence because we have so much. And we might as well spend it and make Utica extremely powerful. Eliof converted to a new religion. Is here, okay. That doesn't seem news to me, but Hittite shamanism. We have now gained 137 followers. So we can go to a tier 4 tenet. Meditate often. +2 combat strength on units. +1 maximum number of holy sites. Donate generously. Doesn't really say what else it does this. +3 maximum number of holy sites. Oh, instead of +1. Proselytize daily. -50% turns before being converted by others' religion on territories under a religion's influence. If territories follow foreign religion, though this would reinforce the power of a religion within their own borders, I think. +100% turns before being converted. And I think we're going to go for meditate often because it's going to benefit our army, and since our army is quite weak, we're going to take that one. Now I am actually curious to know if other units also get it, because they follow our religion. +2 combat strength from Tenet, yes. So actually I just also made my enemies stronger. Interesting. Well, enemies, competitors, I guess. Yeah. Right, we'll just we're very stable right now. Doing well on the money. This could be good to make more units more quickly. We can buy it out. Right, and that attack is done, so now we are moving towards progress. And we don't have iron, so we cannot make the swordsman, which our enemy does have, so the swordsman should be quite powerful, but we could make spearmen. We'll make a spearman, buy it out, and then we can build something else. Watchtowers? Nah. Let's go and see. Let's go and do that one. So right now we have 174 industry. Now we have 190 because we boosted the production of some of these tiles around us. So that should be there. And we have a water mill, +2 worker slots. That's good, because we could use some more. And then +1 industry on river. We have a river, So this also would benefit us quite nicely. And then we have the spearman, who is also going to be moving over there. Now we have an idle city. What can we do? 7 plus 7 research. How are we doing on stability? Stability is going up quite a bit actually. Food is okay. Everything is okay. We have a river here? No. Oh, well, we have a river here, so that would benefit us very little if we did that. Schools, science per population. We have 11 population, so that is pretty good. We'll go for that one. We could go for the similar thing over here. If we build a school. +1 research on research quarters, which we don't have here, I think, but of course we could make it in the future. Pox on the wind. Today the empire spans many cities, enjoys a period of peace. However, while citizens worry less about the horrors of war, other fears prey on their minds. The citizens are afraid, the city squares rife with hearsay. Rumors across the land speak of a terrible malady, laying entire communities to waste. The sufferers bloodied and bedridden. Oh, it's the Black Plague, isn't it? What will you do? Heed it or ignore it? Or it's Corona. No, it's more like a Black Plague, really. But we can heed it and move towards authority, or we can move towards sedition and ignore it with the chance of bad consequences. Alternatively, +10 stability, -10 industry, but we will heed it for 10 turns. Why not? Lockdown, keep my people safe. I'm an autarch, I control every step everyone does with my religion, but we will protect them from illness. Okay. All done. You have movement left? Yes, you do. Let's end this turn. Now we have another city that needs a project to work on. +10 over here. That would be kind of nice. Stability is very, very good. Yeah. Oh, we could have a nice research quarter right here. I want to get moving on the science so I can get my longship, and then we can start exploring the seas. And how are we doing on fame? Still quite far ahead of everyone else, so that is good news. Right, we can still only add 1 extra guy here.
Come over here. Absolutely.
We are consolidating our troops.
We'll wait here.
And then we will end our turn. Arrow star unlocked and a steed star. So we're doing quite well on the influence. Look at that, 550 influence from districts. That is super crazy. And we can vote on another civic. Independent. There is some independent people there. Assimilate cost by -20. I don't know if we can try to assimilate them, but that would be kind of cool. Alright, converting. Oh, look at that. The Celts are getting there. Oh, no, this is actually not religion. This is our sphere of influence that we are producing through the influence bonus, I guess. So converting in 1 turn, converting in 6 turns, converting in 3 turns, converting in 3 turns. So we are actually kind of taking over their entire culture. And that, I guess, gives us a claim to these territories. That's why we had this thing that we could try to go to war with them.
You have my greetings, but that's all that you're getting.
So our war support is super high. I'm still less worried about them than these guys. For some reason, I don't know exactly why, but I guess, yeah. Alright, so actually we are stronger than them. An idle city. Actually, you know what? Let's make them Notre Dame right now. +1 faith, stability, it would be super nice. Notre Dame. Here. Well, actually this would look nicer. But... all right there. Could be right here, this doesn't really give us anything. We'll do it here, so it looks out over the science squares, just because it looks a bit nicer, I guess. We could buy it out with 10 population, that is fucked up. Alright, so I think we might actually want to go to war here on the next turn. Because we seem to have enough troops for it, and we definitely have the war support, and they hate our guts. Cannot be done without enough war support. So we have crisis. We refuse their
No,
demands.
I cannot agree to this anemic proposal.
The reasons are not your concern, but my demands are withdrawn.
I don't
You
know how
have made
strong
a
they are.
wise decision. So very
But, oh well. We have another unit moving up. We're not going to wait for them, I think. We're just going to start the war without them. But for now, we've been playing for some time already, so please do leave a like and a comment below if you enjoyed this content and wish to see more. I will see you guys for whatever video I do next.